sir, what the hell are we watching? It's called Film Threat. The one named Alan is supposed to be the funny one.
Yes. I will rule you one day, Flash Gordon.
Happy Wednesday, everyone. It's Hollywood on the Rocks. Get ready for a big show today. We have trailer reactions, Netflix Frankenstein, plus an interview with a filmmaker. And I forgot what the movie is, but and also Alan Ng. Alan Ng will be here. And we have a big announcement. The Award This, that's right, Film Threats Award This nominees have been announced. We'll go through them on the show, plus your comments and questions. Let's go. He's here. I know he's here.
Alan, I've been looking for you myself. Alan.
Hey.
What took you so long?
Yeah, I know. What happened?
I don't know. Dude, what a day. Look, there was not a nooner today, but I am exhausted. I don't even know how to tell you. I have just been burning the candle at both ends, tired, going to events. I was at I saw Jay Kelly last night at the premiere with George Clooney. There was an after party at the Chateau Marmont. Brad Pitt was there. And
Sweet.
And then he talked to Bono, and I overheard him saying, I can't hang out. I got an 8 a.m. call time. And he left. But I got to the party early. It's surreal to me that I get to go to events like that. But, all I can say is they care about me during this time of year, and then they stop caring about me altogether. They just don't care,
which is fine. I'm
okay.
I enjoy these events.
I enjoy these events. It sucks when the movie is not good.
Mm-hmm.
When the movie's not good and you're at an event like that, it's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Wait,
I thought you liked Jay Kelly.
No, I like Jay Kelly. I'm saying it sucks when you're there and the movie's not good. Wait, I'm going to go off camera for a sec. Alan, talk to people.
Okay. Good. Yeah. Hey, well, let's see who's out there. Ololi Ukui, is Netflix the new N-word? Maybe. John Smith, 45 to 50 day theatrical window into streaming would be my solution for Netflix movies. Get them released across America rather than only the major metropolitan areas. They're not going to do that.
Well, let's save the Netflix comments for when we do that. We have a news story about that.
All right, we'll save that one.
But read the other comments that are on there.
Yeah. MK Solid wants to know, who is the fan of the McRib?
I do not. The McRib is vastly overrated. I'm sorry to tell you, vastly overrated. Not a fan of the McRib. It is pressed meat. You know what's great?
Pressed pork. Yeah.
You know what's great? Ribs. You can just buy ribs. If you like ribs, buy ribs, and you can eat them. Tony Roma's had my favorite ribs. I don't even know, is that chain still around?
I know they closed the one near me.
Yeah, it may not be around, but I remember they had a great margarita. I love their bread, their garlic bread, and the ribs were chef's kiss.
Yeah,
so,
but the thing is, the McRib, it's not the healthiest of meats. The rib they choose, and then you slather in all that sugary barbecue sauce.
Yeah, it's barbecue sauce has a lot of sugar. And we thank you to our new member, Tugra Guven. Thank you for that. Look at our exclusive members only videos and go to shop.filmthreat.com. Right now, we have our Award This collection. That's right. This shirt, which you can get in gold or black, says the Oscars can suck it. So there you go. I love it. I love it. I'm modeling the shirt right now. Can you see Alan right here?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Shirt. The Oscars can suck it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love
Should have
it.
worn
So
it.
you should have. Didn't you know? Didn't you know? And we might as well get right to it here. Let's get right to it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. The 7th annual Award This nominees have been announced. That's right. This is Film Threat's annual event. We honor truly indie movies. These aren't studio movies or movies that, have the big distributors. These are small, some of them independently distributed, independent films on the homepage of Film Threat right now, presenting the nominees for Film Threat's 7th annual award. It's also on comingsoon.net as a story. So I'm very pleased they picked it up this morning. Maybe people did not notice. I'll put that up there. There it is. Comingsoon.net got the exclusive, and they gave us photo credit. That's crazy. But they listed all the nominees here, graphic. We appreciate the team over at comingsoon.net. I assume they will be there, but let's take a look at the nominees. And there's Alan, there's a quote from you in this story.
Mm-hmm.
There's a quote from you. But,
yeah, there's a very heartfelt quote.
It's very heartfelt. It's very heartfelt. Wait, where is this? In the news. I got to go news. I got to go here. And here's the story here. Look, there you are.
Here's me.
There's a quote from Alan. There's an indie film revolution happening. That sounds like something I would say.
It probably is.
It probably is. Anyways, we just talk about here what the event represents. Like 2,000 movies that Film Threat reviewed in the end of 2024 and then through the most of 2025. Now we're going to numbering the awards because it gets confusing. But tickets are on sale now at the Frida Cinema website. And here are the nominees in different categories. We're not going to go through them all. We'll just talk about award this film about movies or filmmaking. And there are some really amazing documentaries here. I know Catherine, the Log Lady. This list of nominees, which is like probably about 90 films, represents the best and most notable films of the last year of the kinds of movies that we cover. So Making Megaforce. Did you even know the movie Making Megaforce existed? The documentary about making the movie Megaforce. And there are links to reviews on Film Threat of all of these movies. The Dark Side of Society. We interviewed Larry Carroll about that. It's this is one of the wildest documentaries about the making of a film I've ever seen.
It's almost as wild as the film itself.
Yeah, the film is Tura, that documentary, music documentary, socially relevant, pop culture documentary, sports documentary. Hey, there's Zach Selwyn, and there's your friend in the background.
Brandy.
Yeah,
it's
Brandy. Yeah, he won last year too. Unreal Outsiders documentary, and this year a new category only because there were so many movies. Indie Western is a nominee, a category. Indie Horror. We have Cannibal Mukbang, The Fetus. Ick is on there. Award this public domain horror. I push for this because we've got horror is such a huge indie category. We have 3 categories of horror. We have indie horror, public domain horror based on a property that is public domain, and then horror comedy. So there you go. Moving on. So check out the list. Indie sci-fi. Look at that. Primitive War is on that list. Indie comedy, indie LGBTQ+, indie action, WTF. Like, what the fuck is this movie even? Do you have any comments on these, Alan? I know you reviewed a lot of these films.
I did. And we talk about the diet of big studio films, and you need to balance it off.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what these films are.
Yes.
And these aren't the A24s. These aren't the, Spirit independent films. These are actual independent films. Indie
Yes.
films.
Yeah. Scrounged together. Difficulty getting made, even. Indie romance, indie drama. Bob Trevino likes it. Movie you and I both really loved. Is here. Award this indie movie made for less than the contents of an Oscar gift bag under 100,000. So these are movies were all made with under $100,000. I mean, you can kind of tell in some cases. You really can. Best short, best, and then we created a new rule this year. We're giving award for best documentary, best director, best directress, indie movie of the year. For best documentary, every doc film is eligible for best documentary. For best director, it can be any male filmmaker. Best directress, any female filmmaker, director. And then indie movie of the year is the best of all the narrative films, and every narrative film is eligible. So it's a big surprise at the end. We thought that would make it more fun. Why not just, they're all eligible to win that. So you've got genre categories. And I mean, look, it's on the homepage of Film Threat. You can click on it and check out reviews of those movies. They're all worth checking out. The one rule we also have, get reviewed on Film Threat, and you must be available to see, either streaming, Tubi, for purchase on it. You have to be able to see the movie. So there you go. Any comments on the awards, Alan?
I think this year is actually one of our better years in terms of overall.
Every category has stellar standout films. And I hope you do join us. If you're unable to join us on Saturday, January 31st in Santa Ana at the Frida Cinema for the party, which is, hey, free drinks. We have appetizers, after party, gift bag, walk the red carpet, get pictures on the step and repeat. It's a whole awards experience, and tickets are now on sale, a limited number. So grab your tickets while you can. But yeah, no, it's like a playlist of films worth watching. So there you go.
Yeah. In fact, just go down that list. Just go down one after the other.
Right. Watch them all.
Yep.
That's your new playlist.
They can certainly use your support.
Yeah. So there you go. All right. Toy Story 5 released a teaser. Alan, you are the biggest Disney fan I know.
Biggest fan of the first three movies.
Well, and then also you're very critical of Disney. So I respect.
Yes.
The only person whose opinion I care about with this teaser is you. You ready?
Yeah.
It's in theaters June 19th. Let's go.
Bonnie, there's a package for you. Oh, thank you. Hi there, I'm Lily Pad.
Let's play. It's gonna be a commentary on iPads.
Yeah.
Raising your kids. Look, it might make a better short film, but it's gonna be a comment on how toys have been replaced by iPads. This could be good. This could be good. Is it worth the movie? I don't think so. I think the best Toy Story movies have already been made. But
Mhm.
Alan, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think the idea is clever. I think
Yeah, yeah.
it's current. I mean, it's definitely true. I think when I mean, Toy Story has always been about these things. It's the next generation of toys that replaces the
Right.
current generation toys, and that longingness you have for the toys you had as a child versus today, and there's a certain reality to the fact that kids are more on screens than they are than ever, and yeah, and I think these devices have replaced toys, and yeah, good idea. The people who made the original Toy Stories are not there anymore. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
And here's the irony about Toy Story 5. You want to hear the irony of this?
Yes.
It'll be the most ironic, in the truest sense of that word, movie of next year. Most people will watch this movie on their iPad or a device, thus illustrating a theme of the movie, which is that kids are on their iPads too much. And they'll be watching this movie, commenting on how our children are being raised by content on iPads. On an iPad, kids will watch it. I see it all the time. Maybe it's more of an LA thing. I see young parents in, out and about restaurants doing whatever, and they let their iPad babysit their kids. Have you seen that, Alan? Maybe it's only an LA thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, you
I mean,
tell
I'm not
me.
saying I did that with my kid, but
I don't think you could. I mean, she wasn't really the right age, was she?
no, she was the right age. In fact,
Oh, okay.
there was, she's all her television as a child, and even to today, is YouTube, and she watched all on YouTube. I uploaded Ponyo on the iPad, and she watched it over and over again. But again, these are themes that have come through Toy Story from the very beginning. Kids were more into space toys than they were into cowboy toys. Then you get into the whole collector era, and then Andy grows up and is moving away to college, and the ramifications of that. So yeah, again, I think they've got a good idea to be the foundation of the story, and I'm interested to see how it happens, how it works out.
Another trailer hit, Alan, and I have not seen it, but this morning I had a bunch of texts, people telling me you have to watch this. It's called Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. I have no idea what this movie's about. I haven't seen. This will be a true reaction because, I haven't seen it. So let's look at it. I saw the first few seconds. It looks like it might be sci-fi, and the film comes out in February. This is the teaser trailer. So let's take a look, Alan. I'll bring it up on screen. Here we go. Let's crank it too, by the way. Let's watch. Here we go.
Hey! This isn't a robbery! I am from the future! And all of this goes horribly wrong.
Are any of you even listening to me?
You look homeless, bro. Fuck you two. I come from a nightmare apocalypse. This is the height of fucking fashion. The revolution begins tonight!
Good luck, have fun, don't die.
Excuse me?
I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You're in for a really weird night.
I will be there. That looks really good.
There's a lot going on there. I'm in for it.
And yet another movie commenting on how people are addicted to their screens and their phones. You know, there's a weird statistic, like people look at their phones like hundreds of times a day. Like that's even a low estimate.
Yeah. Well, remember, was it The Social Dilemma? Was it that movie that talked about how iPhones they trigger off at the right times? You know, the moment you think about it.
Dilemma,
yeah, Social Dilemma, and yeah, that it's a giant human experiment to get you to get you addicted to your phones and your devices.
Well, from what I could glean from what we saw, a guy from the future is warning people to get off their screens because it will lead to the collapse of society. I could see that happening because we're watching it now as people are pitted against each other. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know. There are a lot of, since 2012, that was the spike because that's when iPhones became affordable.
Yeah.
It was 2012. That's when everyone had to have a phone, right? And that did all these amazing things. I love the convenience. I don't like how it's torn society apart, which I think this movie will be a satire of that. So
hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah. But Sam, the guy who's starring, what's his name? Sam
Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell. I love that guy. He's so great in Galaxy Quest. I think he's awesome. So looking forward to it. And that'll probably be the first movie worth seeing next year. It's slim pickings from now until, not looking good.
Until Spider-Man, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, no. When does Dune come out?
Dune comes out a year from December.
Oh, gee. Okay.
Hey, Ruby Rose slams Sydney Sweeney. You would think that Ruby Rose would really like Sydney Sweeney. So I don't know. We gotta take a look at this. I don't know why she would go after her unprovoked, but she did. And Alan, if you would read this, I know you've got the link to, or I can make that larger.
Yeah,
It's from Pop Crave. I'll blow it up larger for you. There you go.
Oh, I got it here. Because I assume you want me to read that little tiny picture there. But Pop Crave, Ruby Rose slams Sydney Sweeney and her team for ruining the Christy Martin biopic. For her PR to talk about it flopping and say SS did it for the people, Sydney Sweeney did it for the people, none of the people want to see someone who hates them parading around pretending to be us. You're a cretin and you ruined the film, period. Christy deserved better.
Well, what she says in this, Ruby Rose said this, the original Christy Martin script was incredible, life-changing. I was attached to play Cherry. Side note, she might be a little bitter here. Everyone had experience with the core material. Most of us were actually gay because the character in the movie is gay.
Right.
And you're only allowed to play gay characters if you're gay. Or if you're gay, you can play gay or straight. If you're straight, you can't play gay, I guess. Most of us were actually gay. It's part of why I stayed in acting. Losing roles happens all the time. For her PR people to talk about it flopping and saying Sydney Sweeney did it for the people, none of the people went to see someone who hates them parading around to be us. You're a cretin and you ruined the film, period. Christy deserved better. Sounds like sour grapes to me, Alan.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, we went to screenings, and who was there with Sydney Sweeney? Christy Martin, the person she's portraying. She seemed to like the film. Uh, yeah, I'm kind of going through it in my head since I just read it a moment ago. But yeah, there's the part of it is, this feeling of ownership. Ruby definitely feels like she owns this, and when not on the project anymore, there's a lot of sour grapes here. And long history of straight people playing gay roles and gay people playing straight roles. Here, you talk for a little bit while I get my thoughts together more.
Well, look, okay, yeah. If you don't have any thoughts, you don't have to comment. Say, I'm just thinking this one through. But
I'm thinking it through. Yeah.
I'll just give it to you clearly. If Ruby Rose starred in this, no one would have seen it. This movie did not bomb. It was made for almost nothing. It's just opening weekend for the movie. You've got to give it time. It's a movie that is a drama that will, if it plays out, get awards recognition, which will get more attention. And it's probably a movie that a lot of people will catch on streaming. And I can tell you the trailer does not do the movie justice. However, I'm glad the trailer held back. There are things, I don't know about Christy Martin's life, and this movie gets rough in the second half. So it's sour grapes on Ruby Rose's part that she didn't get the part, but it would have, look, I can't see it doing any better if Ruby was in the movie. There were a lot of gay actors in the film. Sydney Sweeney does not happen to be gay, but this whole playing identity politics with all this stuff is retarded. I'm sorry to say that. It's dumb. I think people should be able to play whoever they can. That's what acting is. It's pretending to be something you're not. Sydney Sweeney is not a boxer or gay, and she played it well. So it's ridiculous, and I don't know. I don't think that expressing that publicly is gonna win any points for Ruby Rose. Alan, did you form any thoughts while I was
Yes,
speaking?
I did. This is Christy Martin's story. This is not the Ruby Rose story.
Right.
She's not in the movie. I don't know the reasons why. I don't know if it was fair. I don't know if it's because it was too much time went past when she had the role and when it finally came out. But this is her story. And just because you're gay, just because Christy Martin is gay, doesn't mean this movie has to be a gay anthem. And it could have been, but was that the intention? Was that, I think she's really focusing on the fact that this is a gay story, a lesbian story, when it's not. It's a story about Christy Martin, and it's a story about domestic abuse, and it's a story about love. She is gay, she's a lesbian, and she falls in love, and that's the story. It is not meant to be, a flag waving standard bearer for the LGBT community. It's Christy's story, and let's be frank. Christy went through a lot, personally, to have this story told. Right. She almost died in real life, and so you're gonna abscond with her story to make it your own, to make it this political movement. That's incredibly narcissistic, and it's incredibly selfish as well.
Yeah, it's. I'm not a gay woman, but I saw this movie and I identified with the protagonist. I think her gay life, she was also gay, who happened to be married to a man. Okay. So
out of necessity, or out of, it was like, at the time that this happened, I believe it was the early 90s. Yeah. Gay marriage wasn't a thing. And people were still putting up pretenses of I'm not gay and I'm going to prove it by marrying a straight guy.
The point is, you identify with the protagonist, even though you don't look like them or you're not them. It's the protagonist story, in this case, a true story. And if Ruby Rose started it, would it have done better? It would probably have done worse. because she would have made it all about being gay. In the press for the movie, she doesn't even talk about that. She focuses mostly, Sydney Sweeney, on Christie's story, as she should. She focuses on Christie as a person, what she accomplished, and domestic abuse. That's the story. It's not about her being gay, even though that is an element of the story that is not ignored. And this comment is really not smart. Speaking of gay, Alan, Oz is super gay. I don't even look. Let's take a look at this. Oz is super gay. How gay? Let's find
It's
out.
super gay. We already answered it. It's super gay.
It's for the promotion of Wicked for Good, a movie that I know will be in your top films of the year, Alan.
It will be.
It's going to be. And it will be.
In spite of the publicity going on for it right now.
Well, let's look at this. From Libs of TikTok, Ariana Grande at the premiere for Wicked for Good. Oz, a quote from her, Oz has always been a queer place, a safe place for queer people, for every different color of the rainbow. You're safe with us. The gayer, the better. Wait, what? We have to see. Did she really say that?
We love you.
We love you too.
You're amazing.
We love you.
And thank you for believing in us.
We love you very much.
Do you have a message for the queer fans who are watching this?
We love you. We love you. We love you.
We love you, we love you, we love you. And Oz has always been a queer place, a safe place
It
for
is.
queer people, for every different color of the rainbow, for everybody. Read the L. Frank Baum books. It's the truth. You're safe with us. We love you so much.
That part.
The gayer, the better.
Do you have a message for the Gelfie stars?
Oh, we love you too.
We love you too. Where is our camera? Who are
We love you.
we love you too.
You're amazing.
All right. Okay.
we
I've
get
heard
it.
enough.
Look, I want to know, do they have a message for the middle-aged straight Asian man?
It's this whole game of identity is really it's tiresome. You know, really good entertainment and great stories resonate with everyone. As a kid, I loved The Wizard of Oz. Now, my favorite character was oddly the Tin Man. I liked it. I liked the Tin Man. He was kind of looked like a robot to me, or a robot, as they used to pronounce it back in the 1950s sci-fi. But I mean, Judy Garland is kind of became a gay icon, but straight and gay people can like Oz. And I feel like what they do can like Oz or the Wizard of Oz or whatever. But what's weird is when they say you're welcoming with a lot of gay content tends to, I don't know, it seems off-putting in the sense that it's almost like they want to exclude certain groups, and you are welcome, all colors of the rainbow, except for normies. Do you think that sometimes I mean, I know it's a turnoff to me, but Alan, what do you think?
Yeah. You know, I don't know if you've seen it, but okay, so a couple months ago or a couple weeks ago, I was supposed to be at the Ross House for a screening that you were at for Hedda, and they kicked me out of that screening. But as a consolation, they said, "Hey, do you want to go to the NBC taping of Wicked, some evening spectacular?" And I go, "Yeah, my wife would love that." And so we went to Dolby Theater, and we basically watched them tape what is currently now the Wicked special, now on NBC, and you can watch it on Peacock. And after watching the special and being in the audience of this thing, I think the thought of Universal is, look, maybe you didn't think the movie was gay enough, so we're gonna do this TV show to make it super gay, and that's what it was. So let's just say that watching, I was interested in watching the show, and I'll say I didn't feel seen in any way while watching the show.
Well, I kind of feel like, look, there have been great gay characters throughout fictional history. some of them, you know, some of them are kind of what they call gay coded, like Dr. Smith in Lost in Space might have been a little light in the loafers, as they used to say. But look, I think the lazy thing they do now is they come out and say, by the way, I'm a gay character, just so there can be inclusion. Look, it gets tiresome. Can't we just all like something and have it not be specifically, painted that way?
Right.
It feels like there's an agenda when they're doing that. Sorry, Alan.
There may be an agenda, but what they're really doing is they're alienating their audiences. Basically saying, look, you straight people, we know you like the movie, but it's really for gay people.
Because when that is so overt, I feel like it is off-putting. There's certain people, look, there's certain people that are not going to go to it because of that. I mean,
well, the other thing is you and I have seen the musical several times, and I don't think we ever walked away with the feeling of, wow, what a great story for the gay community, for the LGBT community. No, it was a universal story, and I think that's what, to the credit of John M. Chu, at least for the first movie, is it felt universal. It didn't feel like it was for the LGBT community. It was for everybody who loves music and loves a good story.
And it's also about friendship, but it's almost like this is a disturbing trend where gay pundits or commentators want to make characters gay. Well, they're two friends who are guys, they're definitely gay. No, they're just friends.
Well, they used to do that with women. The joke would be, oh, these two women are really close friends, they must be gay. Now movies just go ahead and make them gay. As opposed to just having, and the other thing is, if you know the story of Wicked, you know that there is a love story that is developing, and you can't make that love story gay. Otherwise, you're rewriting the entire story.
With the exception of Bowen Yang, I think it's mostly straight. Yeah.
But that was I like Bowen Yang.
I like him too. I do think he's funny.
I mean, you and I were pleasantly surprised with The Wedding Banquet of how good that movie was.
Which is a gay movie.
Yeah, it's a very gay movie.
That one is
gay and lesbian movie.
Look, I just don't know that this is the best way to promote the film, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Another disturbing trend, Alan. Have you seen this?
Yes, I have.
Wow. So AI can be used to recast any actor in a film. You're not going to believe this when I show you, but I'm going to share screen here. From X, from L.Cine on X. Oh my, AI is killing Hollywood. You can now replace actors in any video using Higgsfield's new recast tool, voice expression, and even complex full body movement cloned perfectly. Here's how to do it. Well, here's an example of how it's done. You just got to see this video to believe it, but check it out. In All Quiet on the Western Front. Is that All Quiet on the Western Front?
No, I think it's 1937.
No, 1930. Yeah.
1917.
Sorry. 1917. Sorry.
No.
Yes, 19. He's in tennis shoes.
What the heck? I mean, some of it's janky where he's running, but yeah, from 1917.
If you look at some of the comments on it, you'll see other examples of it. But
yeah, I'll look. But what do you think? This is bizarre.
Yeah.
There's another example. Here's
Because
another
we want
example.
Taylor Swift to come out instead of Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah, well, here we go. Here's Sydney Sweeney, and check it out at an awards event. Here we go. Turned it to Taylor Swift.
Yeah, this was not as good.
Hello, hello. Monsters, the Lyle and Eric Menendez story. Adolescence.
Wait, is that Taylor Swift? I don't think it is.
Okay, no, they're replacing her with Taylor Swift.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not a Taylor Swift fan. Oh no, this one might be better here.
Yeah, actually. Yeah.
This is the movie Contact. Who is that?
I think that's Sydney Sweeney as well, but that's
Oh my god. All right,
yeah.
we get it.
AI got breast physics down.
I think what's going to happen is this. It's going to get tiresome. And I think what AI will evolve into is another genre of film. You know, we've got anime, Pixar movie, 3D CG animation. It'll be a genre. It'll be a separate genre of cinema. It won't be movies per se, but AI is going to become a genre unto itself. But there are a lot of examples down here. This is a really bad one with Tom Cruise. Look at this. This looks really god awful. I'll show it for a sec.
Daniel Craig, that they.
Yeah. Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
That looks like a PS2 game. That's not good. Oh, there's Daniel Craig instead of Brad Pitt. I don't know. It's gonna get worse, folks. It's gonna get worse.
I don't know. I mean, right now it feels like it's a goof. Because I don't know that we would want to do that, where we would actually take movies we own and replace actors in it. Just seems like it'd be fun for a while, but you're not going to sit through an entire movie and watch, Brad Pitt play Luke Skywalker.
Well, now you can pick your movie. Here's what we're gonna go. We're gonna get to, you put on a movie, you can make yourself the star of the movie. Heard Justine Bateman talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be able to watch Star Wars, and I'm Han Solo.
But would you do it beyond 5 minutes?
It would get stupid.
Yeah.
But also, here's where we're gonna go. We're gonna get people that are gonna be replaced. I mean, replaced. There was the one case of what was that movie that Zack Snyder directed?
Oh yeah, it was the Vegas zombie one,
and they replaced an actor completely. Now they did it with reshoots.
Yeah, Chris D'Elia. They replaced him with Tig Notaro.
Yes, yeah, Tig Notaro, which everyone loves. They love her. So I don't know. I'm I think the toothpaste is out of the tube. You can't put it back in. So it is what it is.
Yeah. I don't know. I look, are we I've talked about it before, but are we really impressed with CG versus practical? This debate has been going on since Jurassic Park. And I don't know that. I don't know. When I watched The Last Predator, it just didn't feel like a Predator movie. A lot of it had to do with the fact that the backgrounds were CG, the characters were CG versus the practical backgrounds and characters of the first Schwarzenegger film. And I think AI is going in the same direction. Yeah, you could do these things, but people will know and people will grow tired of it, and you will get a smaller audience than you think you're going to get.
Let's go to comments. I have to do something, Alan. So why don't you start?
Okay.
Start here.
All right.
I'll be right back. I'm sorry.
Okay. Marco CCS or CC565, Toy Story was all a dream. Yeah, that's my understanding is it's as if Toy Story 4 never happened, which is a good decision. Excuse me for that. Here we go. Brock Samsonite. The concept is bigger than it sounds. It's about the death of imagination due to fast food content on your screen. It's also about rediscovering your imagination after losing it. Yeah. Richard Peeboo. Alan Andrew Stanton, who worked on Toy Story since the first installment, directs the fifth one. Yes, Andrew Stanton is he's in a very interesting position because he pulled the gay out of Inside Out 2. He's the gatekeeper to make it straight. Tony G. My kiddos have time limits. Their tablets automatically shut down when they have reached their time limit for the day.
That's smart, Tony.
Mm-hmm. Patrick Lemire, I want to see unsold Toy Story starring Rose Tico and Wakanda Forever figures.
That would be funny, Patrick.
Yeah, let's swap them all out. Brock Samsonite. Ooh, Sam Rockwell. I'm already sold. Let's see. Matthew Hammond for 2. The Super Mario Galaxy movie trailer reaction. Do we have that on the list?
We'll skip that one because they always copyright claim. But thank you,
okay.
Matthew Hammond.
Here we go. Robert Kearney for 199. Alan Ng, Secret Asian Man. Great shows, guy. Great show, guys.
Thank you.
Mr. D-Man 21. So I guess Frozen is gay coded too. It has been.
Yeah, it is.
It is. I can 100% confirm that. Brandon Powell for 5. I have a question about creating a music video with licensed music. I don't want to make money off of it. I do want to put it on YouTube. Any suggestions? So a video with music on it.
So I did this. I actually made a music video when I was in high school for a band, and I had no rights. Yes, you can do that. You will not be able to monetize the video. In fact, it will be copyright claimed, meaning the owner of that music will profit from the video. So Brandon, you're perfectly able to do it. You cannot monetize it, but it's doing music videos is good practice for making short films. And we just had the director of Ick on here. He began his career doing music videos. So that's great.
Yeah. So as you say, you don't want to make money off of it. Well, you won't.
Yeah.
So go ahead and do it. Matthew Hammond for 2. John Belushi as Dr. Peter Venkman in Ghostbusters.
Oh, this is a really interesting comment from Wes Ray.
Someone should AI John Belushi and Eddie Murphy into Ghostbusters just to see what it could have looked like.
Oh, that would be great, actually. I don't know. I'd like to see a scene, but I think the original, you can't. They have to be who they are. I mean, Bill Murray is Bill Murray, right? You can't really you can't swap out a character. I don't know that you could get John Belushi's personality in it, but that's interesting concept. Or different casting, like Nick Nolte as Han Solo in Star Wars, which was one of the people considered.
Yeah.
Was it Richard Dreyfuss also considered for Star Wars?
Probably.
Lucas had like 3 sets of 3 actors.
Well, I think anyone who was in American Graffiti could have been in Star Wars.
That's true. That's true.
But I want to see Eddie Murphy as the Rick Moranis role from Ghostbusters. Movie America for 5. Could someone use AI to create an Oscars worth watching? When they lecture us about lesbian pygmies in Australia, AI can turn it into a dancing fish.
Now that would improve award shows, Movies America. That's a great comment.
All right. Jason Nelson for 2. I just saw Badlands and agree it's mid. Why the division?
I don't know. I mean, some people really enjoyed the film. I thought it was, I'm with you, Jason. My my opinion was mixed to negative. I think I gave it a 5.5 or a 5.5. There are things to like in it, but it's okay.
I said it was
it's Disney's Predator.
And I said it was the third best Disney movie this year. I mean, that's pretty high praise there for Disney.
Thank you, Jason.
Caravaggio. Alan was a theater kid of FS.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah. I'll tell you, my dad got me into musical theater. We were always watching the Rodgers and Hammerstein movies. Psycho Magnus, Chris Gore has a little lesbian in himself. Yeah. Bill S. Preston Esquire, Ruby Rose played a mute character, and she isn't mute. This isn't about representation or such. It's narcissism.
Correct.
Sons and Shadows. Here's a hot take. Ruby really isn't all that good of an actress. She's mediocre at best.
I would agree. I don't think she's great. That the terrible show she was in, the Batwoman show or Batgirl. Oh my God. I watched the first episode. It was god awful. That was years ago. Does anyone remember that even? Alan?
Didn't they? Oh, there was the movie. That's what they canceled. Sorry, not a DC guy. I watched the first season of Gotham and that was about it.
Yeah. All right. We have an interview coming up in about 15 minutes or so. We're going to go to one topic before we get to that interview. Our main topic for today. Netflix. From the Wrap. I don't know why the ads are still popping up here, but from Netflix. Netflix opposition to movie theaters cracks as pressure mounts from exhibitors and talent analysis. Alan, you have the notes for this story. Give it to me because I had an experience recently. I saw Frankenstein in the theater. It was a Sunday night and it was packed. The theater I saw it at was packed. Couldn't believe it.
Me too.
And saw the film on the big screen, and people who saw the movie on Netflix don't like it as much. I understand why. This is a movie made for theaters. Alan, give me the notes for the story.
Okay, so this is a long one, so we could break it up. Netflix might finally be forced to put its movies in theaters. Filmmaker Zach Krieger, fresh off the success of Weapons, was set to make his next sci-fi film, The Flood, for Netflix under Amblin's deal with the streamer. However, the project fell into limbo when Krieger demanded a theatrical release, something Netflix CEO Ted Sarandos vetoed. The fallout highlights Netflix's ongoing struggle to attract top talent who increasingly insist on big screen releases. Netflix publicly maintains that it is not a theatrical business, yet its recent actions tell a more complicated story. K-pop Demon Hunters became Netflix's first #1 box office hit with 19 million and returned to theaters for a second run. Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein had a 3-week theatrical before hitting Netflix. The Duffer Brothers' Stranger Things finale will screen on theaters on New Year's Eve. Greta Gerwig's Narnia is getting Netflix's first IMAX release in 2026. Do you want to respond to that first?
No, keep going.
Okay. Despite Sarandos' insistence that there are special cases, insiders say the streamer is rethinking its stance, especially after filmmakers like Duffer Brothers, Zach Krieger defected to theatrically friendly studios like Paramount. Netflix has reportedly hired an investment bank to explore buying Warner Brothers, a move that would all but force it into the theatrical game. Industry consultant Herman Lopez noted, if Netflix ends up winning Warner Brothers, there's no question they will have to be in the theatrical business. If the acquisition fails, he predicts Netflix will soften its stance, become much like it did with ads and sports. The main sticking point remains release window. How long a movie plays in theaters before streaming. AMC CEO Adam Aron has historically resisted Netflix's short window, but recently expressed optimism after K-pop Demon Hunter's success, hinting at more collaboration. Industry insiders believe the situation will evolve naturally as exhibitors, desperate for new content, relax window policies further. Netflix's rigid policy has long frustrated filmmakers and exhibitors alike. I'm just gonna go through here real quick. Just continuing on with the main theme. We pretty much got it there, but I had spoken to a famous director who made a movie for Netflix and has one coming out soon, and I asked him about this, and he told me that the reason Netflix doesn't do theatrical is it cannibalizes subscribers.
Right.
And that's why they won't do it. And they've made some exceptions. His movie appeared in over the Thanksgiving weekend. And then certainly deals struck to, I think Netflix is softening to strike deals in order to get the talent. And that may require them to go theatrical, but I still don't see them as wanting to do this as a regular practice.
Well, I'll just say this. Netflix built its company based on attracting talent and giving them creative freedom. But what they've done is they're killing movie theaters. They are putting out objectively excellent movies, okay? Films worthy of Oscar nominations. But there's a reason the term "that's a movie for streaming" means it's not worth seeing in the theater. But Netflix, if Frankenstein is any example, or Train Dreams, which may get Oscar noms, is not a movie I want to see on streaming. Okay? You will be distracted. That is a theatrical experience. And Frankenstein, I would say, Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, absolutely must be seen in a theater. Netflix needs to get serious and start. They could have some movies that are in the top 10 box office. K-pop Demon Hunters were theatrically released and then came on Netflix in, say, 45 days or couple months, it would have made $1 billion. $1 billion. That film. They're throwing money away. Alan, I'm angry.
A freaking IKEA chair.
Netflix. You've built your company attracting the top talent. You've given them creative freedom to do what they want. And what the creators are saying now, they want movies in theaters. Give it to them. Give it to the public. Save theaters. It makes the movies feel like they have more value. There's a reason the term streaming movie is not a compliment. It means it's not worth seeing in a theater. Yes, I'm repeating myself because I want you to learn we love what you're doing, but I want to see it in a theater. And I want it on 35 millimeter, not digital. Give it to us, Netflix. Please. I would even go see the new Once Upon a Time in Hollywood series with Brad Pitt. I'd go see it in a theater. Kind of like serials. They used to. You probably know about this, Alan. You know your film history.
Mm-hmm.
They would do serials in the theater. Buck Rogers, Flash Gordon, among many others. There'd be a new episode in theaters every week. This is before television. It was long-form storytelling. Why not experiment? And it can be limited screenings. It doesn't have to play every day. You do limited screenings, but Netflix, obviously, you've got great taste. You've attracted the best talent. But if Zach Kreger from Weapons is any indication, other creators need to stand up. I need to say, Netflix, I'd love to work with you. Put it in a theater.
A freaking IKEA.
I'm cutting myself off.
You cut yourself
Alan,
on.
I want to hear what you think about this, but I'm really pissed. I'm really pissed.
Yeah. Look, okay. So of all the movies that have come out in theaters for Netflix, they all have one thing in common, and Netflix didn't have to advertise any of them.
Yes.
You know, and to me, that seems to be the model. If Netflix doesn't need to spend a dime for you to watch their movie, they'll put it in theaters for a limited time. But look, we say it over and over again. The reality is that movies should be seen in movie theaters, and they suffer when they're on your television. You don't get the community experience unless you have people over, and even then you get a limited movie experience because there are distractions which you don't get in the theater. And then also, it doesn't make your movie special when you can't make it an event. And you know, I hate to say it, Frankenstein is an event movie. You know, it's you know, Del Toro. You know, I'm pretty sure if Del Toro could do it all over again, he'd probably go somewhere else and do it theatrically.
Absolutely. This needs to change. This needs to change because I love Netflix. I have been a subscriber forever. Back when they used to mail you DVDs. And Netflix even supported Film Threads by putting used to put movies out on DVD in the early 2000s, and Netflix bought every one of our films. They'd buy like hundreds of copies. And I wish I had saved one of the envelopes. But, you know, I was a Netflix guy. You send it back. They made it very simple. And you could see a lot of films. They went to streaming and changed the industry for good ways and bad ways. And I really think the movies will not survive if theaters don't survive. And Netflix, this is a plea. Put your films in theaters. Alan, any final thoughts before you?
Yeah. One thing, I think we talked to people at Netflix about this, but it appears that Netflix is probably significantly reducing its own personal studio productions, meaning they're not going to make movies anymore. And what they seem to be doing, and Train Dreams' example of that, is they are buying movies that are already made and then slapping the Netflix label on it. Train Dreams was the one movie people are talking about out of Sundance, and Netflix bought it. And as you say, that movie is an art movie. It has to be seen on the big screen and not at home in your brightly lit room with your cell phone in hand.
Let's go to comments, and then we have our interview with the filmmaker Andrew Chiaramonte, which I'm sure I pronounced that wrong. He's going to correct me when he comes on here. Yeah. Thank you, Andrew, for your patience. Let's go to comments here.
All right. Scott Christy Jones, member for 20 months. Highly recommend the Netflix Eddie Murphy special.
Oh, thanks.
Ololiukui, is Netflix the new N-word?
It is now.
John Smith, 45 to 50 day theatrical window into streaming would be my solution for Netflix movies. Get them released across America rather than only the major metropolitan areas.
Yeah, I think, I mean, not every movie Netflix makes should be in theaters, but the tentpole big movies, they should.
Yeah. Like when Amazon did Heads of State with Idris Elba and John Cena. That is a streaming movie. Did not need to be in theaters. Christopher Moonlight Productions. Netflix is realizing that there's a huge gap in the theatrical market, but have no idea why they would want to buy Warner Brothers. That move seems to be begging to cut into their margin. If I were to guess, and I mentioned this on X, but I feel like if Netflix bought Warner Brothers, it's to buy the catalog.
It's and also the IP.
The IP.
Yeah.
And that means they don't have to make movies.
Yep.
But they have the catalog for their streaming service. The Introspect M. The only reason I can think that they don't do a theatrical is they don't have faith in the quality of the movies. Otherwise, it's free advertisement and a return on the box office makes no sense. No, the reason they explained it was Netflix is a subscriber-based company. That's how they make their money, through subscriptions. And they want you not going to theater. They want you subscribing to Netflix and do it religiously. So the only way to go see it is not a theater. It's on Netflix. Roger Kearney 199. I've been a subscriber to Netflix since 1998.
Oh, Robert, that's great. Yeah, I know I subscribed when I found out. I even subscribed to the game version. It was one thing called Gamefly. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I loved Gamefly. Like they were cheap, and they gave you the option to buy the movie or buy the game if you kept it and you're like, I kind of want to keep this game, and they would send you the box and you just pay for it.
Yeah.
That's great. Thank you, Robert. We got to get through these comments quickly. Alan.
Lucifer Morningstar. How about a reverse release? If it gets popular enough on Netflix, release it in theaters later.
Well, they did that with K-pop Demon Hunter, Lucifer. So, and thank you, Lucifer.
Yeah, but again, they made it an event. That's why it worked.
Yes.
Aaron Charman, the cinema experience is way better than watching at home. The sound system is unmatched. And even if you think you've got a huge TV, the cinema screen is always better.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. So, oh, wait, we got a super chat came in here.
Daniel-san for 499. Hey, guys, you know what Hollywood needs? Kung Fu movies. I miss good old Kung Fu movies, early 2000s and 90s.
I agree. Love those.
Yeah.
Chop Saki flicks, I used to call them.
DC Dobbins. Streaming is this generation's straight to video. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. OC Dobbins. That's great.
Yeah. Also ruined the revenue model for films. Clayton Homer. Do they have actual data to prove that cannibalization? Doesn't feel like they have released enough major films to even have data on that.
It's true, but I mean, they could probably do a slate of 10 or 12 films theatrical a year. So not everything on Netflix gets theatrical. But if you make it an event, I would even go see like the Eddie Murphy comedy special. I would see in a theater. They used to release comedy like that in theaters, like comedy films like that.
Yeah. I would watch Is It Cake in the theaters.
I would watch videos of dogs looking at cakes of dogs being chopped up by their owners and the shocked reactions of the dogs. I've been watching a bunch of those lately.
I've seen those. Those are creepy.
Those are fun. They're creepy and kind of fun and weird. All right. You know what we love to do here at Film Threat? We love to talk to indie filmmakers. Let's talk to the director of The Young and Cursed. Let me try that again. What am I doing?
I know it's not me.
Cut all this out. You get to. This is why you watch live. You see all the mistakes that Alan makes, and I make a few too. So,
like the one right now.
Like every episode.
Like what just happened right now.
Yeah. Hey, here at Film Threat, we love to talk to indie filmmakers. Let's talk to the director of Young and Cursed. Hey, Andrew. Thank you for your patience. Let's see. Oh, you're muted.
I got it.
Let me unmute you here.
Yeah. There you go.
There you go.
How's that now?
Okay. Yeah, there we go.
Perfect. Andrew Chiaramonte. Did I pronounce that right?
You know, Brent said that you did, and I think it's acceptable. I mean, I grew up with Chiaramonte, okay?
Chiaramonte.
It's Chiaramonte if you were going to be Italian-esque, okay? And it's based on the French Clermont. It means the same thing, Clear Mountain.
Oh, right.
Let's go with Chiaramonte.
Yeah.
All
also,
right,
your background shows that you're ready for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, absolutely.
So tell us about the film.
Well, you know, this has been a thing that's gone on for a long time for some reason. Back in 2014, I was in Cannes with a distributor out of Canada who was representing it. And we had a great response to the trailer that we had at that time from Universal and from the biggest buyer in Japan. We had a big celebration dinner, and then they went out of business 2 weeks later. So it's been the distance between 2014. We shot it 3 years ago in Flagstaff, Arizona. And it's something that I've never been able to get away from. I always was very concerned about the idea that even though this was genre, that there was subtext to it, okay? And you'll excuse me Alan, I think that remarkably, you did talk about this in your review, which thank you. Okay. I was always concerned whether or not that aspect of the film would be seen or revealed. And basically the idea that we are composed of a duality, okay? Yin, yang, good, bad, black, white, whatever. And then this script allowed us, the opportunity to deal with that. And then in terms of a historical basis also. So Young and Cursed is about the good and bad that potentially exists within each of us and how we deal with it and how we combat it and whether we can be successful against it or not.
Oh,
I see.
What are you doing, Chris?
I got the trailer queued up, and it freaked me out. Okay, let's watch your trailer, but I'm getting it queued up, so I had myself muted, and then the trailer, like, it starts with a shocker.
Okay,
So,
cool.
Let's actually put up the trailer here, and we'll watch it together, and then we'll continue our conversation. And if you have questions, please, let's hear your questions for our audience. Here we go. Young and Cursed.
Hi, I'm Kira. Come in.
Does this have anything to do with the eclipse?
I'm not sure. You're not going anywhere.
She's evil!
You think we're all going to die?
If he wants to escape the eclipse, he needs us.
Who are you?
She's a demon.
She's growing stronger by the minute.
I don't fucking know!
Yeah, see, that's why I got a little freaked out there before, when I was now. No AI was used to make this movie, but you had a lot of special effects.
Oh man, yeah. You know, our editor who was on location with us spent a year and a half refining that, and to me, I was like the Pope with Michelangelo. When will you make an end? You know, when will you make an end and come back? When I'm done, you know, because it would take him a day to do 8 seconds sometimes. Anyway, yeah, they were extensive, and we didn't have a full department of people. We had one creator and one assistant, and it just took a long time. Yeah.
And then how does one put together the financing to make this movie? Like a film of this, is it going to, like, AFM is happening right now, the American film market.
Right.
This seems like a movie that they would be all over, because horror is hot right now. I mean, it kind of always, it's a genre that's a staple for indie. But,
you know,
the finance, how do you make those planets align?
Well, I wanted to say also, back in the day, yes, I agree. You know, you could make money on this with your video cassette sales. Okay.
Yeah.
We lost that. We lost DVDs. We lost that.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you're in a jungle where the only thing you can do is compete, because and by the way, I do want to answer your question, but the wonderful thing about independence today is that you can make a project for a price, but then put it up against 10,000 other projects made for a price and see if you can find an audience that will be responsive to it. So as far as the money is concerned, I was watching your previous interview with the Italian, another Italian, okay, who does everything with he does everything with data, okay, including AI. AI will tell him when it's a go and so on and so forth. We're not that sophisticated. I mean, I put my hand out, okay, and that's what it is. It's local investors taking a chance, okay, and God damn, man, it's like being at a horse race. You don't know what this outcome is going to be.
Right.
You don't, because the number one thing that drives film, I think, in terms of the marketplace is cast and star billing. Okay, we don't have that, and we can't afford that, because that brings in a whole other thing. I mean, we're a non-union shop. Okay, that's the way we're able to make films. And once you get involved with unions, then it becomes a whole nother thing altogether. Okay, and in many ways, you lose control of your ability to do something for a price. So, I mean, we are truly low budget, independent American cinema right now. And I love being there, and it's a frightening place to be, but it's funded by friends and family and, enemies and whoever's got some dollars that they can kick in. That's the reality of this game.
I got to guess it's partially your money as well.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
And can you thread the needle to make money on, if you do, like, look, you're not using AI to analyze it, but horror hits with people.
Yeah.
Do you look at like, well, movies at this level make this much, I'm going to make it for slightly below that to make sure I'm profitable?
I don't have that formula, okay? What we're doing is we're really focusing on demographics. We're focusing on powerful tools like YouTube, the 800-pound gorilla, okay? In our launch month, we launched October 3rd. We've added a platform since the original launch, so we're on Fandango at home now. And then the big gamble is January, we're going to be launching on Tubi TV. And the idea is that it's not just to get, because the money in Tubi is just really scary. I mean, we have another picture that did 2 million views last year. We got $13,000 back for 2 million views from a distributor that we're with. So you're not looking to pay you're not going to get money back, I don't think, on your negative cost, okay? But maybe 10 as a marketing tool. Let's say because easily we got 40,000 views on my last film, and we pulled it because the money was ridiculously low. But let's say that we play that out, which we're intending to do with a strong campaign behind it, and we get to 100,000, 200,000 or more, okay, then a percentage of that hopefully will reserve word of mouth, which is still going to drive this thing. And maybe that word of mouth will lead to people who are willing to spend $1.99 or $2.99 to rent it, if you know what I'm saying. And the other thing that we've really come to realize is it's not a weekend any longer, and it's not a month. It's a year, and it's 5 years and 10 years. My original title that was shot, I hate to tell you this, was released in 1995 by Sony, okay, Together. It's a romance. It's still running, and that was the film that had 2 million views last year on Freestyle Distributing, okay?
We've got over 2,000 people watching live right now. We've got a lot of questions and comments in the chat. Let's go to our chat comments here. Tony, Youthful Ego, Elias says, Chiaramonte, molto bene. There's no swearing.
Grazie.
No swearing. Ginormous J says, horror is evergreen. And Fedorovsky says, New Year's Evil is a classic.
My co-writing partner and co-producer, Emmett Olsen, directed New Year's Evil. Okay, that's the relationship to that. Okay, among also being George Lucas's first cinematographer at USC. Okay, and good buddy. Okay, so he's been around the block and did a lot of kung fu movies, by the way, for one of your followers that wants to see more kung fu. Okay, so that's our relationship to New Year's Evil. He didn't write it; he directed it for Canon back in the day, among other things.
David Markham asked, what cameras were used?
Blackmagic 16. I guess they captured it in 16. Okay, we've released it now in 4K and in HD and in standards. It's available. And unfortunately, iTunes is the only one who's carrying it on 4K. We don't seem to, our aggravator Bitmax doesn't have a relationship with the other platforms right now for 4K. Don't ask me why. You know, we get a report from Google. We want to know exactly what the difference is between YouTube and Google movies, and we can't get that separation right now. So for marketing, it's making that very difficult. I'll tell you what I am very excited about Facebook. We put together a brief little thing and we had AI voice, okay, kind of catchy. If you're young and cursed or you know someone who is, you're going to love this movie. And we did 200,000 hits on that in no time. So I'm really...
I'm just surprised to say you're excited about Facebook. That's
well,
I haven't heard anyone really say that. But
you know what? If they're going to be the audience, if they're going to be the audience that's going to want to click on it for free, fine. I mean, you can't be prejudiced against anything right now, you know. But Gen Z lives there, and I think, you know, if you're making a movie,
Gen Z too.
I think if you what TikTok? Oh, TikTok. What did I say?
Facebook.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Oh, my
TikTok. That makes sense.
That makes more sense.
Okay, sorry. Okay, no, wait, well, you guys are getting me too excited here. Okay,
it's all good. It's all
now
good.
it's TikTok. It's TikTok. TikTok was the breakthrough for us.
Yeah,
and we're really specializing, and we're looking at it very seriously right now. And I think we're going to put, and you know, their dollars. It's not everything's serious, but it's not the kind of big dollars that you think, oh Christ, it's going to break us. Google, YouTube. That's, you know, kept hitting 500 here, 500 there, 500 here, 500 there. But we broke 400,000 views of our channel. So, you know, and then you think, I don't know what impressions means exactly. It's been explained to me, but we've got 1.4 million impressions on what we've done. And I hope that this is where we see, to answer your question, to how you might recover your money so that you can go and do the next thing. Okay. It's not theatrical. Okay. The main platforms are not coming after us yet. Maybe they will. I don't know. So what we can do is we can release it and market it, advertise it, and pray for it. That's where we are.
Sons and Shadows. Sons of Shadows says, you mentioned home video being lost, but is there an option for physical media for Young and Cursed down the road? Some of us remain collectors and believe in physical media.
We're going to do that. We're going to have a DVD, and I don't know about Blu-ray, possibly Blu-ray. It turns out that Patrick O'Malley, who's a brilliant young composer who did the score for this, he has a release on the score coming up right now. And we've negotiated to have physical product for the score also. So, yeah, I think physical, please make it available, you know.
Alan, you had a question. Sorry.
Yeah, I was going to ask, are we anywhere close to cracking the distribution nut for indie films? It seems like, you have a good plan, but is the plan being tested right now? Or
it's being tested, but here's what I was facing. We were offered, I have a relationship with Freestyle, and they've been very good, very honorable. Okay. And I've been with them now for over 6 years. I've actually won the second loop of a distribution on Together. And they were intransient. I said, look, we have a payout quarterly on the previous film. They said, well, we're not doing that anymore. It's going to be twice a year with a 90-day holdback on whatever. And I said, come on, man, I don't need you to hold money for 9 months. And that doesn't seem reasonable since we have a relationship. And they would not change. And I thought, you know what? So we got it together, thinking about it, and we said, let's try this. Let's try this ourselves and see if it can work. And
you're not the only one.
Well, I would say, Alan, like having released films myself as well, the formula for profitability for indie movies is constantly changing. it's this plus this and whatever, and this service, you put it all together equals profit. But that formula is always changing. So there you go. And last question here from Michael Bisping. Is this on Shudder? And
No.
But where can people get it is the big question. Thank you, Michael, for your question.
It's on the Google, Amazon, iTunes, Google Play. I'm being briefed.
So all the big VOD. It's on video on demand.
Right, exactly, and for purchase also, obviously. Yeah.
Right.
So, and then, like I said, we just the other day on the 4th of November, we added Fandango at Home. And they do a nice job. It's and we're very happy with Bitmax also. We've got a nice presentation at each of those sites.
Well, that's my, I buy and rent movies on Fandango, or it used to be called Voodoo, but whatever. That's where my digital collection lives. Andrew, thank you so much for joining us on the show. Congrats on the film.
Thank you.
Come back again when you have another movie.
Absolutely. And thank you guys. Really appreciate being with you today. And Alan, thank you for the review. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Awesome. Take care, Andrew. Thanks.
Okay. Bye, guys.
That was great.
Yeah. I mean, this is why we do award this, is to spotlight films like Young and Cursed. I think Paul Chatto mentioned it. Our nominations, it's really not about who wins, but here's a list of the solid, great independent films that we watched over the last 12 months.
Hey, one last news story before we end the show today. DC Studios greenlights a Jimmy Olsen TV spinoff. I mean, I'll say this, one of the better parts of Superman, there's a lot of great parts to James Gunn's Superman. There's the casting, there's Mr. Terrific, and Jimmy Olsen. I think a lot of people were shocked to see Jimmy Olsen was played by a white actor
with red hair.
That was a big shock. So, but they're doing a spin-off series. I assume this will be on HBO Max. Alan, you have the story. I'm going to share it here from Variety, or excuse me, The Reporter. Give it to me.
Yes, well, DC Studios greenlights Jimmy Olsen TV spinoff. The untitled series will star Skylar Gazando, reprising his breakout role of Jimmy Olsen, the Daily Planet photographer and unlikely ladies' man from Gunn's Superman. The show centers on Olsen and his fellow reporters, excluding Lois Lane, Clark Kent, as they chase stories involving superpowered villains. Season 1 reportedly focuses on Gorilla Grodd, the super intelligent telepathic ape who rules Gorilla City. This character, created by John Broome and Carmine Infantino in 1957, is one of the Flash's most iconic foes. Superman filmmaker James Gunn and DC Studios co-chair Peter Safran will executive produce, with Galen Weisman overseeing for DC. Expect the office-style newsroom chaos meets supervillain absurdity, a comedic, grounded corner of Gunn's expanded DC universe.
Well, look, I think, overall, the reaction to Superman is mixed. And I think the box office tells the story. But one thing I know James Gunn got right was the cast. The cast is phenomenal, including the actor Skylar Gazando, who plays Jimmy Olsen, was a standout and very funny and used in a good way that tied into the story.
Yeah, he wasn't a throwaway character like maybe in the past.
I'm wondering, will this be PG or hard R like Peacemaker? If it's like Peacemaker, I'm out. If it's merely a fun series with Superman in the background, because they've done Jimmy Olsen stories in the Superman comics. They've done comics focused on Jimmy Olsen. I gotta say, I kind of like the idea But what is the overall? I would like to see a Superman movie focused on Superman, but the Jimmy Olsen character is a spinoff, maybe 6 episodes. That could be fun. It focuses on Gorilla Grodd. I mean, I don't know how much you know about Gorilla Grodd. What?
Rumor has it. I don't know that that's what it is.
I don't know how much you know about Gorilla Grodd. It's
Not much.
weird. This is James Gunn's obsession with all the weirdest of the characters. Gorilla Grodd is one of the strangest. I mean, but I mean, I don't know what version of Gorilla Grodd. And Gorilla Grodd is like a Flash villain. So yes. I don't know.
Yeah, I want to see how he covers metahuman orgies.
Well, that's The Boys, Alan. Wrong universe.
Wrong. Oh.
Yeah, wrong universe.
Yeah, I
but,
would hate to repeat that.
This is you know what this is? It's a much better idea than Peacemaker season 3. That's what I'll say about this. So there you go. Let's go to some final comments here as we wrap up.
Brock Samsonite, Jimmy Olsen gets it in. I'm down to watch Jimmy fuck his way through Metropolis. Yeah,
right. It's him as a player.
Fun.
Oh my God.
Tyler W says, I really like Superman. I do not give 2 rips about a Jimmy Olsen show. I like highlighting underappreciated characters, but they really need to be more selective. I'll reserve judgment, though.
That's fair, Tyler.
Artist formerly known as Immortal Remus. They should call Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen like Superman's pal.
I
Jimmy
like
Olsen
that.
in the comics.
Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen.
Oh, okay.
That should be the name of the show.
Superman's
That's great,
pal.
Remus, Immortal Remus. Or you're formerly Immortal Remus.
Yeah, formerly he was Mortal Remus, and now he's
right now Immortal Remus.
Or no, he's now Mortal Remus. Yeah. He lost his powers.
We're gonna leave it there for today, but I'm gonna remind people of a couple things. Like, share, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Sign up as a member. Join us on X, Discord, Rumble, and Instagram. Buy our merch at shop.filmthreat.com and go to awardthis.com or go to the award this X or Linktree or whatever. And there is a link to get tickets. Here's our award this Linktree. You can look at the nominees. You can buy merch. Linktree, you know how it works. Look up award this and the nominees are there. Some final remarks. Wow. Akanika, member for 39 months.
Wow.
That's huge. Thanks, Chris Allen. That's great.
Wow. 39 months. Have we really been doing it that long? And we got this comment already.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We got that. Thank you. And thanks to our mods, Lord Thoth, MK Solid, Atomic Glory, Glenuccio. Thank you all. We are back Friday at a much earlier time, 7:30 a.m. Pacific time. We do our show because Alan and I are going to the Asian Cinema and Television Awards. We're going to that. Are you excited, Alan? A celebration of Asians.
Yes. And I can't wait. We're going to have Asian delicacies like hamburgers. And,
yeah, what are they even going to have?
We're going to taco about it afterwards.
Right. It'll be great. The food, the fun, and we'll post some things from the Asian Awards there. But we're doing this show from 7:30. Alan's going to leave at 9.
Yeah.
You're going to leave earlier because I'll do an interview. We'll end the show about 9:15. So shorter show, an earlier show on Friday. We are reviewing Running Man, The Running Man, which I have not seen yet. I'm seeing it on Thursday. Now you see me, now you don't. Alan has a review of Lesbian Space Princess. We'll review also Jay Kelly and Eternity. and Naked as Created, the Pastor Jim story,
Yes.
which is now an Award This nominee for this year. We're very
And
excited.
are you doing In Your Dreams?
I think you're doing that. It's animation.
Well, if I have time, because I'm
Yeah.
seeing Running
Yeah,
Man
yeah,
and
I know. We'll talk about it.
All right.
So thank you so much to everyone who gave us a super chat. We appreciate your support. Thank you to our members. We have a lot of videos we'll be uploading. Thank you for supporting the channel. And thank you if you're a new subscriber. Stick around. Alan is on the hunt for 169,000 subscribers.
Come on, people.
If
you haven't subscribe now.
69.
Alan, please.
We gotta,
You gotta
we get there.
We'll get there at some point. So there we are. Alan,
You'll feel good when we get there.
yeah, for sure. See you all Friday. Early show, special show. Thanks so much, Alan.
And Alan, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, let's get out of here.